I will.
I got you a gift.
A gift?
Yeah, because I missed you and I saw it and I thought,
No, please.
I have it. Are you fucking kidding me?
Well, now I get one.
Yay!
I saw it when I actually got your present. I was in the store and I saw it and I was like, Mum, can I get it? And she was like, yeah, I'll give it to you for your birthday.
I was like, I saw it and I was like, there's only one left and I was like, I have to get it for Lily.
Oh, well, now we both have one. We're matching. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. I have, because I can't have my phone on, I have CDs in this car. Because I can't drive my car because there's something with the insurance, so I'm going to drive this one. So I've got Thank You Next and Kendrick Lamar's one. And I thought Little Mon Ari's one. Yeah. Okie dokie.
The drama camp was so much fun.
Oh, yeah, I want to hear about that. I saw your post. It looks like it's fun.
I had, like, I made so many friends. I was so shocked. And the friends that I did make were literally like, when we like became friends, it was like we'd known each other for years. Like one of my closest friends I made, Ruby, we literally only started being friends on like the 3rd or 4th day, and we got up and did the cup song together in front of everyone.
I saw that video.
And I was like, that takes a lot of courage to get up.
Yeah.
And I was like, and that's like shows how much we trust each other that we got up to do the cup song together.
I would never have done that. I was shocked when I saw
No,
that.
I've got to show you videos of the other talent shows that were in that. Cause
You show me when we're waiting.
Yeah, I will. Funniest part of it was these two guys like dabbed each other up, but they kept doing it until they got like the best sound possible. And when they did, everyone like stood up and screamed and cheered. Everyone was like, yes! It was so funny, but it was so funny. It was like
Best dabs. Where are we going?
straight.
Lovely.
But it was just so funny. And then I was actually like talking with boys.
Oh my god.
So the first boy is Tom, and he's a girlfriend, but he actually became one of my closest friends while we were there. And it was just me bullying him. And I learned his full name, and so then I'd be like, if he did something stupid, like at one point on the group chat, he posted all the photos of like he took of me with stupid filters on, and so I like chased him up the stairs of Renard, and I was screaming out, and I was like, Thomas Patrick O'Neill, get your ass back here right now!
He sounds like it's from like an old wealthy family.
Right. Yeah, I was like, that's such an Irish sounding name. But he was, yeah, so everyone was just making fun of him the whole time. And then there was Mally, and he came up to me, Tara and Jess the first day, and shook our hands, and he was like, it's so nice to meet you, and he was like talking to us like we'd been friends for years. And then last night he saw that I was leaving, and he's in grade 12, so it was his last year and he'd been there a couple years, and he like saw that I was leaving, and he gave me the biggest hug ever, like the tightest hug I'd ever gotten. And then I messaged him because he was handing out this like notebook to write for everyone to like write messages to.
Oh yeah, cute.
But I didn't get to write in it, so I messaged him on Snapchat this morning, and I was like, I sent him a message about how nice he was, and I was like, I really needed that person that would like talk to me no matter what. And I was like, you did so well. He played Macbeth, and he was so funny. So he messaged me back, and he said, thank you so much, Chase. That means so much to me. From the initial moment of meeting you, I knew that you were a person that would give 110%, and you are. Please never stop pursuing your dreams. You are an amazing, strong person, and you deserve the best. Never, ever stop. Thank you for an amazing week. Stay in touch. Oh and I was like, stop it. That's so sweet.
So nice. Oh my god.
There was this one guy, though. Now we're getting on to the annoying people. But there was this guy called Ruben, and he's the gayest of the gays, which like I like gay people, like
Quote by Chase Berg.
his voice was so fucking irritating because he sounded like someone who was trying to sound gay, and he wouldn't shut up about how he does musical theatre, and his face the whole time he was performing last night was like this. And I was like, I literally want to get on stage and fucking deck you across the face. I was like, you're so fucking annoying. And then there's this other bitch called Helena who was in my group, because I did stage combat, which was so fun. We did like this slow-mo fight where it was like a rumble, and it was like the Top Gun theme, and we went on two sides, and we were like slow-mo fighting, and there was like punches to the face.
That'd be so fun.
It was so fun, and we like did it 3 times. So the first time we like stopped it, and Tom was like, like, guys, I can't do this. We need our costumes. So it was like a play within a play. And so we were like, fine. So then we went off and we put on these bandanas. And so we had like my team, we were the Death Shredders.
Nice.
We had red. And then the other team were the Biscuits and they had blue.
They're like the Cookie Monster.
But it was like so fun. And we like did it 3 times, and because we kept like stopping, and he was like, no, we need to change the theme song. And then so the 2 songs was called Titles and Top Gun. And then after the 3rd time, when we were all pushing each other, we were like, no, it should be Top Gun, no, it should be Titles. And then me and my friend Felicity, we were like pushing each other, we were like, Top Gun, Titles, Top Gun, Titles. And then we like everyone turns to us, and I'm like, I'll give you a title, you're a bitch. And then she slaps me. And then we had this whole backstory that she had a crush on this boy, and then I ended up dating him. So then he cheated on me with her. So then I slept with her dad. And so then she like pushed me, and she was like, this is why your boyfriend chose me. And I pushed it back, and I was like, this is why your dad chose me. And then it was like, everyone was just ripping at each other. Like I tackled her to the ground, and we were just rolling around on the ground. And I was like yanking her hair. It got so aggressive. It was so much fun. But there's this girl called Helena. She's a fucking ringer. And she does archery, which I was like, so you're literally Merida? She had the biggest, she did the biggest resting bitch face I've ever seen in my entire life. And me and Jess were just on the same page about everyone. Like every time she said something, I would turn to her and I'd be like, can she shut the fuck up? And then Jess would be like, literally. Like we were I felt very protective of our school while we were there.
Yeah,
like, people were touching shit, and I was like, can you not break stuff? Like they were like, oh, should we close the back curtains on the stage? So then the ranger goes and starts like pulling on things, and I'm like, I've got to come back to this. Like, can you not break shit? And then we were in the like J32, like the little side classroom. And they were like, oh, it's really cold, can we turn the aircon off? And then Jess and I were like, no, it's ducted. Like, you need to go into the library to turn the aircon off for the whole building, which you can't do because the library's locked. So no, you can't. And they found this button, which I could not tell you what this fucking button did because they pushed it a million times and nothing happened. So I have no idea what it did.
They've just electrocuted someone.
But they kept pushing it over and over and over again, and we were like, it's ducted, you can't, there's no aircon button. And so then Helena was like, maybe if I just hold it, and she stood there for 30 seconds pushing down on this button, and Jess was like, you cannot turn the aircon off in this room, it is ducted. Oh, she was so irritating.
Helena sounds like an irritating person.
And she was a wrangler, she's just made it even.
Yeah.
She's just so up herself, she's such a teacher's pet.
You can't be a ringer and be up yourself.
Yeah, your biggest struggle.
Yeah.
She was such a bitch. There were so many people that irritated the fuck out of me, but there were so many people that I love so much and that I'm gonna miss. But I'm doing it again next year, without a doubt. If I don't get a scholarship, I'm just gonna pay to do it.
Slay.
And then Miss Harkin came to the performance last night, so I saw Miss Harkin.
That's good.
And I saw one of the guys who was in our group, Nick Allgood. He went to my old school. He was in my drama class, my old school, and his mum was my teacher in grades 7 and 8, and she was like one of my favorite teachers. And I got to see her last night, and she like gave me a big hug, and she was telling me how much I've grown up and stuff. And then I saw Jess's mum, and we were like she was like in the audience, and I was like going like this to her, and I was like, fine. She was like blowing kisses to me.
So cute.
It was so much fun.
Sounds like a blast.
How was your week?
Good. It was a range of emotions because Monday when I missed my test, I was furious.
I was mad for you.
I had like the longest grudge on my mum. Like, you know, I went through the stages where I was like, you know, it's fine, everyone makes mistakes, and I was like being like nice with her, and then it would like come in my head, I'd be like, I could go for a drive right now, but I can't because of her, and then I'd get all mad again.
Facts.
But then Thursday we woke up really early to go to Ipswich, and I did it. And in the beginning of the drive, he said, my driving instructor when I was doing my driving person who I was doing the test with, he was like, all right, Lily, you need to get up to the speed limit, you're going a little too slow. And I was like, and I was like, oh my god, I failed. And then, but I passed. And then there was like stop signs, but there was like a big red thing in between. I didn't know if I stopped before the red or on the red. So then I got like 2 minors for like stopping too far away from the stop sign, but otherwise, passed.
Good job. I'm so proud of you. I just love being around other drama nerds.
Yeah, thanks.
And a lot of them talk to me like we've known each other forever. Like there's this guy called Tui, which we thought was so funny.
Yeah, that's funny.
And he was I had not said a word to him. And then yesterday I was making a toasted sandwich and he came up to me and he was just talking to me about life. And then he I had extra grated cheese on my sandwich, like on my plate, because it didn't fit on my sandwich, and he just started eating my extra grated cheese that was sitting there. And we saw Bananaland at QPAC, which was so good. It was a musical.
Oh.
It was so good. I didn't know what to expect.
What was it about?
It was about like this band that were like really like politically correct. Like they made, like, I don't know if that's the right term, but like all their songs were about like, they were like, there was like a grunge band about like misogynists and like the political system. So it was like really deep, but no one liked their music because it was shit. And so but then one of their songs was mistaken for a kid's song called Bananaland. And so then they were like, what if we just start a kids band? And so then they just started a kids band.
It's funny.
And Cam was there, like the tuck shop guy. He was there making food. So I was seeing him every day and he would give me a rundown of what the menu was that day.
Nice.
It was good food.
That's good.
Because Chloe said that when she went, they had their own cooks, like the Queensland theatre people brought their own cooks, and so it wasn't that good, but we had our chefs. So it was delicious.
What was the boarding house like?
It was so nice. I don't know, I think I'll show you photos later. I don't know what the boarding kids are on about, like complaining about being a boarder. It was like rooms with like, you would have a bed and you had all this storage, more storage than I have in my own room. And it was like really modern, and they had like a lounge area out like in the dorm room, and then on level 3 they had a common room with this like giant Connect 4, and they had a pool table, and they had a kitchen, and they had all these games and these books. And I was like, I don't know what everyone is complaining about. Like, I was having such a fun time there. Jess and I we're gonna become a throuple with this guy called Nick, because he is literally the hottest guy I've ever met in my entire life.
Oh my god, I was watching
No,
I was watching a YouTube video, and it was this guy who watches like the first episode of a season and the last episode, and he did Riverdale. And I thought, oh, this is gonna be hilarious. And in the last episode, it hints that Betty, Jughead, Veronica, and Archie are a couple. They're like all together because Betty couldn't decide between who, and then Betty realized she liked Veronica as well, so they became like a four.
What the fuck happened to Riverdale?
So, yeah, and then it was like but when he was watching it was like them in the olden it was very weird. I did not get it.
I literally watched like the first part of one episode of Riverdale. And
I watched like 2 seasons and then the beginning of the 3rd season, but I just like, then it got weird and it got culty, and I was like, yeah, no, it's not for me.
But his name is Nick. He's tall. He's handsome. He plays piano, and I'll show you a video.
He's got
played
fingers.
it. That's what I said. So he plays piano, and for the talent show he played. Have you seen Top Gun?
Yeah.
He played Great Balls of Fire.
Stop it. I would marry the man.
And he played it backwards. He like turned around and was playing the piano.
Oh, I thought you meant he played the song backwards.
No,
he literally
turned around and was playing it fucking backwards. I've got a video of him. It was the hottest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Jess and I were just sitting there like gripping onto each other watching it. So then Jess and I were in the common room because they had a keyboard there, and we were like joking, and we were doing like, I would sing the line, I'd be like, you shake my nerves and you rattle my brain, and then Jess was just like banging on the keyboard and she was like, da 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 da, and we were just doing that, and then he like actually was showing her how to play piano. And so then we were typing stuff on notes and like showing each other. Like she said my ovaries and then showed me. And then she was like also his veins and then showed me that. And then I said, oh, so he knows. I was like, he knows what he's doing with his fingers. And I showed her that. And we were just laughing in the corner as he was teaching her how to play piano. And I was like, he's literally in love with you. And then he was like, he took her phone and he was playing piano tiles on it.
Oh, yeah.
But we had to leave. And so she was like trying to grab her phone. And so then she was like chasing him around the common room, and I was like, he's literally in love with you, Jess.
Yeah.
Oh, he was so hot. I'll show you the video of him like when he played it backwards, and then he like turned around, but the way he turned around was like really hot. Like I was like, and you can,
for sure,
in the video you can hear Jess audibly gasp. Like you can hear her go unbelievably hot, earth-shakingly. But I think I have like actual mental issues when it comes to guys, because Tom was talking to me and I was like, so he's literally in love with me because he's talking to me, even though he's talking to everyone that way. But I was like, he's talking to me non-stop, we're best friends. He's sitting next to me when we go to the him more. I was like, oh,
That's a bit fucked.
I was like, oh, so he's like, I was like jealous. But then I like the next day came and I was watching him and I was like, yeah, no. I was like, I just think you wanted him because you couldn't have him.
Yeah. And also because you know he's like boyfriend material then. Some
Yeah.
girl trusted him to be her boyfriend, so then it's
Yeah.
like,
But I was watching him and I was like, you're actually not that hot. And you're kind of, like, he's really nice and he's funny, but I was like, you're also kind of cringy, so I don't really know what I was thinking. Yeah, and then Mally has girlfriends. That makes me sad as well because he was really nice. All the nice ones have girlfriends because they're nice.
yeah. But then why don't we have boyfriends? We're nice.
Facts. Have you watched Sex Education?
I think I watched like the first season.
There was a girl there and she looked exactly like Maeve.
Oh, lucky.
And then I told
So
her.
basically she looks like Margot Robbie as well.
Yeah, and I told her, and I was like, "You look exactly like." I was like, "Have you seen Sex Education? You look exactly like Maeve." And she was like, "So many people have told me that," and I was like, "Well, you should." She like seemed not irritated by me, but she was like, "I'm just so tired of everyone telling me." And I was like, "But she's
But it's
so
a
pretty."
compliment.
I was like, "I'm telling you that you're literally stunning."
Yeah. That's sort of like someone saying, oh, you're really pretty, and then being like, oh, you're so annoying. It's like, shut
And then
up.
we got so close, like our whole group, like Felicity told Jess and me that her boyfriend cheated on her, and she just found out, like her boyfriend just told her that he kissed another girl, and she was like, she told us first, but like we all got so up in each other's business, and Jess and I were across from each other in dorms, so she would come to me at night and she would like say goodnight, give me a little kiss,
tuck you in.
yeah, say goodnight. I'm nearly finished Archer's voice. I'm on the epilogue.
Oh my god, I literally love it.
When he got shot,
Oh yeah, I've
And then
completely forgotten about everything.
he got shot, and then the next chapter was that like they were at some service memorial. I was like, are you
Ooh.
fucking kidding me? He's died. I was like, and I was in the common room reading it, and Tom was sitting next to me, and I was like, he's dead. And then Tom was like, what? And I gave him the whole story, and I told him everything about it, and I was like, and they've just fucking killed him. He's just been shot, and he's dead. They're at a service for him. He's died. And I was like nearly crying, and then I kept reading the page, and I was like, actually, never mind. He was just in a coma. It's okay.
Yeah. I for my birthday, Mum got me like 6 books, and I'm reading one now. It's called Priest, and it's in like a franchise with like the 2 brothers. But the first one is about a guy who's a priest who gets with a stripper.
So
And I need you to read the first page because the first page is like the most beautifully written thing. It's like the prologue, but it's 1 page, and it's basically, oh my god, you just have to read it. I don't really underline in books anymore because it takes too long and it's not my vibe, but this one I was like, no, this is a book I need to underline shit because this is like one of my favorite books I've ever read.
But you said, I know you said that you couldn't really remember, but you were like, I'm pretty sure that it's like one of the like fade to black books where like you don't really read the sex scenes, like they don't write it.
Yeah, I can't remember.
There is so much sex.
Yeah, I thought so. Okay, good.
And I was reading it, and I got to one of the scenes, and I was in the common room I was at a table surrounded by people, and I was like, I can't read this here. What if someone looks over my shoulder? So I put it away. I was like, I cannot read this right now. I'm just so excited for Disney. I'm gonna be so sad without you.
I know, I'm gonna miss you.
I was most sad leaving Jess, and we were like crying and hugging, and everyone was like, you'll literally go to school together.
Yeah.
And we were like, yeah, but we don't get to see each other for like 4 weeks. I'm so excited for popcorn. I'm actually starving. Yesterday, I had one of my like lightheaded spells. I think it's like low. I thought it was to do with caffeine, but I did not drink any coffee yesterday. And I was so like shaky and hungry. I was starving.
Anything.
And I had to get one of the like camp instructors went up and got me some cheese and crackers. And I sat down and ate my cheese and crackers. But I was like, I don't know what it is. I thought it was caffeine. But then I didn't drink any caffeine at all. I had Milo for breakfast. Oh, and I think Charlotte might be mad at me. She's friends with Ruby, who I did the cup song with.
Oh yeah.
And I posted the video, and then Charlotte commented, oh, I'm best, she was like, I know Ruby, blah, blah, blah. And then I responded to her as a joke, and I was like, we're actually best friends. And then she was like, oh, really? What's her favorite Justin Bieber song? And I was like, our love goes beyond music. And then she was like, ooh, fake friend. And then I was like, we actually did the cup song together, and that's an unbreakable bond.
Yeah,
and then
legit.
she goes that it's breakable fragile and something else. And then I was like, just like you. And I sent like, you know, the hand emoji that's like that to like show that it was a joke. Because I was like, just like you. And then she hasn't responded.
Wait, hold on. I've got my book in here. I want you to read the first page.
Yes, please. Oh, and I need to show you when they dabbed each other up. Like, that was
facts.
and the video of me.
We'll do that when we're in the chair. It's the best book I think I've ever read. And it's dirty. It's one page, the prologue.
Sorry, I'm a slow reader.
No, it's okay. Literally when I read that, I put the book down and I was like, I cannot.
I always wanted to be the girl in something like that where they're like, I never wanted to settle down until she came.
Oh my god, no, we're not listening to Ghosts and I'll start crying.
The guy that did, so Tara posted a video when they dabbed each other up on her Instagram, and so the guy that was in it was like, that was the crispest dab ever. And then I responded to it and I said it was the best thing I've ever witnessed. And then he responded to me and he was like, it will go down in TRW history. And he was really cute. And he was really nice as well. And I felt so bad because we watched this performance and it was low-key really emotional. Like it was like someone tried to kill himself. It was a whole thing. And he was sitting there like actually sobbing and he looked like he was like having a breakdown. And I was like, if I was closer to you, I would like do something. But I was like, we don't know each other that well. And I don't want to like, I feel like it's not my place.
Mom?
Yeah.
I'm in the car.
No, nothing. I've just seen where you are. Where are you?
Oh, I'm just outside Indra. We just got a Starbucks and now I'm taking Chase home.
Oh, okay. So
We'll see you at home then.
Okay. All right. Love you. Bye.
Love you too. Bye.
Slay, I love this song.
Breakfast at Tiffany's and bottles of bubbles. Stop watching. My neck is busted. Wearing a ring, but ain't gon' be no miss. I got it. I want it. I got it. I want it. I got it. I like it. I want it. I got it. Thought I'd end up with Sean. Thank you. That's not what I see. Look what I found. No need for searching. Hear all that I say. Thank you. Thanks,
I love this song. I was just thinking about how I want this song.
You got me some type of way. I wanna know how you taste me. Damn, this ain't fair. With your girlfriend.
That's my daycare. Who is the biggest flirt out of both of us? Too scared
You.
to talk to boys. Yeah, because
Just because you've talked to the Morris boys.
Yeah. Okay. Most likely to have a wardrobe malfunction.
That's a good one. What do you think?
I honestly reckon you.
Yeah.
Just
I was gonna say
because
the same.
you wear more like risque clothing,
Yeah.
and so I feel like there's just more of a chance.
There's more
something
chance for a
happening.
nip to pop
Yeah.
out or something.
Okay, most likely to join a cult.
Why are you looking at me and laughing?
I don't know. I don't know who would join a cult.
I feel like you would find a guy that's really cute who's a part of a cult and you would join it just
I'd be like, okay,
okay,
folded
slay.
immediately.
Yeah.
So he cares about his family.
So he's
community?
loyal to his loyal to his community. So he's got strong values.
Yes. Most. This one's so you. Most likely to get too drunk at pre-drinks.
Well, that's an obvious because you don't drink.
Most likely to have their own reality show.
We
Both of us.
would have
have
a
our own
reality show together. It'd be called Keeping Up with the Paper Eaters.
Yeah.
Completely original title. Didn't steal that from anyone.
Yeah. Most likely to accidentally poison someone with their cooking.
I don't cook, so it's got to be you.
Okay, well, rude.
Yeah, but I don't cook, so I feel like it makes sense.
Most likely to ask for advice but never take it.
You.
Yeah, fact. I feel like I'm always like, what do you think? Like, I'll ask my mum, do you think I should wear this dress or this dress? And she'll tell me one, and I'll be like, no, I want to wear the other one. This one's so you, most likely to cancel plans at the last moment. That's so you. You don't do it as much now that we're better friends.
Yeah, facts.
You never came to anything, like before this year.
I hated going to stuff.
It's because we weren't very good friends, but now I'm your favourite human.
Yeah, and I wouldn't go anywhere without you.
Most likely to be killed first if they were in a horror movie.
You.
I always feel like I would die in a stupid way. Like, I feel like I'd make a plan, a solid plan to like escape the killer. And I'd be like, yep, we've got it sorted, we've got it down, bulletproof plan. And then I'd like trip over something and snap my neck or some shit. Like, I'd die in the stupidest way possible. Most likely to end up in jail.
I don't know.
What would you end up in jail for, do you reckon?
Murder?
Most likely to buy the best presents.
You. Because you did. You bought me the best present for my birthday.
Most likely to eat something off the ground.
You. I'm like really trying to think. I really want to get this answer right. I'm like, yeah.
If it's something I really want, like a chicken nugget or something.
If you were walking by and you saw a chicken nugget on the ground, you'd eat it.
I mean, no, I'd eat it if I dropped it.
Okay.
I would then pick it up
There's a
quickly
lot of
and eat it.
sticks. Okay.
I wouldn't like pick up a random chicken nugget I found on the ground. That's where I draw the line. Most likely to get lost in their own hometown. Like to get lost where they live.
I feel like I'm not good with directions.
You're right. Once my dad's teacher
We'd get
picked
lost together.
Yeah, once my dad's teacher picked me up to take me to an exam, and we got out there, and she was like left or right, and I looked around, and it literally felt like I'd never been there before, and I was like, I actually don't know. It was very fun seeing you. I really enjoyed the movie. I really enjoyed the Starbucks.
Yeah.
I'll see you in a couple of weeks.
Wait, I need a hug.
I'm gonna miss you. I'm gonna be so sad without you.
I'm not gonna be sad. It's gonna be hell. Hell on earth.
Enjoy
Send me a lot of photos.
I will. Enjoy your ride home.
I'll miss you though.
Bye, Lily.
Bye bye. I love you too.